Welcome back to We're Having Fun. Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's 2022.
It is. We hope you've had a great holiday season. Mm-hmm. I've had a very good one. It's been very nice with your family and mine. It's been good. Yeah, that's Krista's review.
Had a good time.
So we missed last week because we were enjoying taking the holidays off. And the one before that was a little late. But we got it out there, and that's all that matters.
It was up by Christmas.
That's right.
So, yeah.
It was perfect timing, really. So now we're back, starting the new year off strong? Question mark? We'll see.
We don't know.
That'll be up to you to decide.
Guess so. We got some subscribers on YouTube.
We have, our YouTube channel's going well.
So thanks to everybody who has subscribed or at least watched. Yeah, we've had several people who have watched our videos and commented.
And left comment. Yeah, you're right.
And
that's what you just
commented to us also.
Yes. Get some extra comments.
Yeah.
It's nice.
In-person feedback.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
It is. It's really neat. I enjoy doing that, so it's nice to hear back from people.
Yeah.
So, go check it out if you haven't.
Yep.
What's the YouTube?
It's We're Having Fun podcast.
All right. Yeah, go check it out.
And don't worry, we'll probably say it again at the end of the episode.
Most likely. But, get it in a couple times.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is there a plane right now?
Who's bringing in the snow? It's going to snow tonight, obviously.
Possibly going to snow tonight.
It's definitely 100% going to snow.
I'm sticking that possibly in there because this is Alabama. Yeah, yesterday it got up to almost 80 degrees, I think. At least 78, I do know that. That was the highest that I saw it get. And tonight it's supposed to snow, so...
So we're getting excited. We're gonna make snowmen, snow angels in the dark.
Somebody's getting excited. It's not me because I know how this usually goes.
I believe in the snow spirit.
I do not.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll let you know next week who won. This is a competition.
Sure. Okay.
Well, let's get into it here. First thing we watched just a few minutes ago, actually.
Yeah, we just finished it.
Yeah, it's the new Boba Fett show.
Yes, the Book of Boba Fett. Episode 1.
Episode 1. All right, well, we get a little backstory of Boba to start off. We see little Boba getting his dad's helmet from episode 2 or whatever.
Yes, it was episode 2 when Jango Fett was killed.
By Mace,
Mace Windu. Yeah, got his head chopped off. And he picks up the helmet. Where is the head? Is the head still in there?
Probably.
That's gross.
Yeah. If it's not far away. Yeah. It's not like the head came out and then the helmet just kept rolling.
I always imagine that, he picks up the helmet and he kind of touches his forehead to it. And that one little touch gives it enough pressure to force the head out and it just falls at his feet. It probably didn't happen that way, but I like to imagine it did.
You like to imagine that. You really enjoy that part, don't you? When I have a bad day, I think of Jango Hutt's head falling down at young Boba's feet. Just really helps me through those hard times.
Oh boy, because I think to myself, well, at least
wonderful world.
This hasn't happened to me. So.
Yes. Phew.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so well, that's something.
Oh boy.
We also see how he escaped the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
Which he was just chilling in there, I guess.
Yeah, there was a stormtrooper that had been eaten also.
Yep. And he took his oxygen, I guess?
Yeah, he took his oxygen.
Which it seems like there was plenty of oxygen if he was able to create fire.
Yes.
So I don't know why he needed more oxygen, but maybe it gave him a little boost. Maybe they get a little performance boosting air in those suits or something.
I don't know.
Some steroid air.
Maybe.
Stop. Steroids.
No.
Steroids.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
So anyway, he burns his way out of it.
He does. He burns his way out. He comes up through the sand.
Yep.
And he's He just kind of passes out right outside of the spot.
That used up all the energy he had. Jawas find him, of course, steal all his crap, as Jawas do.
Knock him out when he wakes up and is like, hey, that's my crap.
They hit him in the head with the butt of the gun.
Yep.
He gets a lot of head trauma in this episode.
He does.
I'm worried about his health.
And he's not looking good either. He's very pale and his skin is like really
cracked up.
Papery, crackly looking.
Yeah, he's gross, bro.
Yeah, he's real gross.
But don't worry, Tusken Raiders find him and give him a little juice.
Oh, of like
I don't know what it
some
was.
kind of worm.
It was gross.
And they just like squeeze it in his mouth, and I was like, that's I would die right there.
Apparently, it was enough to get him up and going and following behind him with the rope.
Yeah, so they tie him up. They're leading him to their camp. And they're like all on their little banthas, just chilling, just cruising all the way there. But he's like tied up, having to walk behind him. Yep. At one point, he falls over and they just drag him the rest of the way. Because I was like, man, I probably would have fallen over a lot quicker than he did.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been like walking for like 2 minutes and been like, I'm done.
You wouldn't have had that worm juice either. You would have denied that. So
well, he didn't really have a choice to deny it.
It's true.
They just kind of squeezed it in his mouth without him knowing.
It's true. Then some kids start beating him up. And kick him in the face again, and he's knocked out again.
Oh
he is having a bad time.
Yeah.
He is able to escape because one of the dog, lizard, crocodile things.
I don't know what they are.
Whatever they are. Yeah. Tried to attack him, and he just put it in a sleeper hold, I guess, basically.
He put it in a sleeper hold, and he like kind of petted its head like, I'm sorry, dude.
My bad, bro.
And then he like used its razor sharp teeth to like cut himself loose. Yeah. And he starts like trying to get away, and there's this other guy
that is prisoner. He offers to cut him loose.
Yeah. He's like a Rhodian, I think.
I have no idea.
Whatever Greedo is. Yeah, I think he's a Rhodian.
He looks like a Greedo.
So yeah, he's like, he warns, he like basically shouts, because he's like, hey, do you want me to cut you loose so we can escape out of here? And he's like, hey, he's escaping.
It's the worst. That guy is the worst. He's the kid that asked for homework at the break. So
yeah, that was like, teacher, you forgot to take her homework up, and everybody else is like, shut up! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, everyone hates that one.
Yeah. So anyway, a little kid shows up and is the first one on the scene basically, and he's gonna hit the kid, and then he's like, oh wait, this is a kid, I'll let him live. And he runs off. So then the other...
Doesn't get too far, though.
No, it doesn't get too far. The other Tusken Raiders and their little pet thing show up.
Yeah.
Their pet lizard dog thing.
Yeah. And one of the Tusken Raiders fights him, beats him up pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably not that hard of a fight. I mean, he's been out of it and locked up and not really doing well, so...
Yeah, and then they
easy fight.
Tie him back up, basically.
Mm-hmm. Then we kind of skip ahead to him in the present day. Well, I
think it skips back and forth a lot during the episode.
It does, yeah.
Because every time he's in his Bacta tank, like, getting his energy back and everything, he starts dreaming, and he tells Finnick, is that her name?
Yeah.
That he's been having the nightmares again, or the dreams again, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth between those. But yeah, he's there in Jabba's palace, which is now Boba's palace, I guess.
He rules. And people are bringing him tributes and such. And then one of them, the ones with the tentacle heads, I don't know what they're called.
Twi'lek?
Sure. I still don't know. Mm-hmm. The mayor was supposed to come, but instead some other guy came, and he's like, hey, you gonna pay us? And Boba's like,
no, I'll let you go back to him and live.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the guy's like, okay, well, we're gonna be coming back with more people, just letting you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about them. I don't. Those tentacle heads, they don't seem that threatening to me. I don't know why.
And then there are the two pig guys.
Yeah.
Who were guards for Jabba and for Bib Fortuna. Mm-hmm. And he asks basically, you were loyal to them. Will you be loyal to me? And they both get on their knees and are like, yep. So it's like, okay, cool.
They want him to torture him and show his power that way. And he's like, I'm not going to do that.
He's like, I don't torture people. Yeah. Sorry, that's not the way I do things. So he seems very nice to all these people so far.
They go out of their way to make him nice. That whole not beating up that kid and all that stuff. And petting the dog after he knocked it out.
After he knocked it out. It's like, is Boba Fett really this good of a guy?
Like we gotta make Boba a nice guy.
We gotta
now.
make him a protagonist, and
Yeah, no more blurred lines, no anti-hero, just hero.
Yeah, he's just a hero now, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just did not expect him to be
so
such a good guy. It's like, okay, this is not my Boba Fett.
Hashtag not my Boba.
No, I've never gotten the whole hype about Boba Fett.
I don't know. It's probably one of those things where if you were a kid then and or young adult watching it and going through it at that time when it came out, it's probably a different experience. But
I don't know, because it seems like every kid, like even when they came out with like the special edition or whatever, everybody was like, "Oh my god, Boba Fett!"
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
where are they coming off
just because he has a jetpack?
Well, jetpacks are very cool.
I mean, yeah,
but where are they coming off of like what the hype was before, what they heard, and like, oh, you're gonna love Boba Fett. He was my favorite character. And
but I mean, come on,
he's kind of got this aura about him just because of what he got in the beginning.
I still don't get it. I still think it's dumb. You're gonna be like all.
You're doing a very Robert De Niro.
I know. I realized it when I was when I was doing it. I was like, why am I doing Robert De Niro? No, I can't stop thinking of Robert De Niro.
Oh, none of us can.
Anyway, so it's like, you're really gonna... Okay, try not to do
I won't look at you.
Okay, you're really gonna sit there and go, Boba Fett's amazing when Chewbacca is right there?
I mean, Chewie's cool.
I love Chewie.
The problem with Chewie is that he's in it so much.
Yeah.
Boba's not in it that much, so there's, keep him wanting more kind of deal.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the whole reason people liked Boba so much is because they saw him in the Christmas special, and everything else in that special was crap. And they saw this cartoon of Boba Fett, and they were like, this is the only good thing, so I guess I have to attach myself to this.
Could be.
And then when he actually showed up, they were like, oh yeah, there's that guy from that cartoon, the only good part of the Christmas special.
Yeah, well...
Or excuse me, the Life Day.
Life Day, thank you.
Although it was called the Holiday Special, I think,
it was. So. And that holiday
was Life Day. Oh, and I mean, honestly, if you did see the Holiday Special, you would probably not like Chewbacca as much because you had to sit there with his whole family.
With Lumpy.
Oh my gosh.
Just all the great Wookiees. Boy. Yeah, that was a mess. But good news. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to Boba. They're traveling the town, and then we get to the musical stylings of the band.
It's the modal nodes, the same ones from the original Star Wars. Yeah. A New Hope.
Playing their unique style of music.
Yes, but they're not playing the Cantina Band music that was in that movie. It's another song, because I guess they do have more than one song.
They do. Well, of course.
Yeah.
They're a very rich history band.
So are we going to say what they're playing? I hate the name. I hate it.
It's the dumbest genre name. Go look it up if you want. Yeah. But be careful.
Yeah, I spent the next 10 minutes trying to figure out who came up with that name, and I still didn't get a clear answer. And then I missed Jennifer Beals. Character.
Did.
So
Jennifer Beals is in this. Yeah, she's running that place, apparently.
Okay.
She's another tentacle head person. Yeah, mm-hmm. Twilight vampire.
No, not Twilight.
She's like, well, you own this place now since Jabba's dead and all, so I guess it's yours. So
okay, I'm glad that you explained all this because I missed it because I was looking up that stupid music thing. They
offered to clean their helmets, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." Because what's her name? The sidekick,
Finnick.
Okay,
Finnick. Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah. She was telling him that he needs to do more customs so that they'll take him seriously.
Yeah, because when they were walking into town, she was like, you should have let him carry you.
Yeah.
This is weird. They always carried Jabba. They always carried Bib. It's going to be real weird. You walking in here, they're not going to like it.
Yeah. So they offered to clean the helmets, and he's like, we got to do the traditions because she didn't want to give up the helmet. And then when they get their helmets returned, they're full of money. So they're, paying their tribute to Boba. But once they get out of there, they're attacked in the streets by
somebody.
The Foot Clan. I don't know.
I was going to say What are they called? The putties?
The putties, yeah, they just flip in from the side. They're all just flipping in.
Because I swear that's what it made me think of, was the putties. Especially when one of them got electrocuted and he was like, ah! I was like, why is this Power Rangers?
Yes, they're just better dressed putties that have weapons.
Oh,
and yeah, it's a tough fight for them. They got electric sticks and shields, and I guess that's just too much for Boba.
Well, it's hard to get to somebody when they're shielding and they're poking you with electric prod, like cattle prods.
It's true. And he does try to do the rocket, and it just explodes him, basically. The shield's going to hold up to him.
And then she tries to, like, jump over the shields, but she just can't make it up.
That doesn't work. But luckily, the pigmen come in.
I forget what they're called.
I don't remember.
I might have to look it up real quick.
They're pigmen. And they start helping out. They take out some of the guys.
Okay.
So it was a good move getting those loyal helpers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good move to let them be their guards.
Yeah.
Gamorreans. I thought that's what it was, but I was like, that sounds too much like Gamora.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. So they are Gamorreans.
Yeah. So they end up winning, and a couple of them escape, but Finnick goes after him.
Like 3 of them escape. Finnick goes after 2 of them, but Boba just blows
one up.
It's like, I mean, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
So she goes after the other 2, and they're like running across the rooftops and everything.
He wants them alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or at
he's
least
like
one alive.
Yes, he's like alive. So she's like, all right, I'll do it. So gets him. She's running across the rooftops, chasing him and everything. And they try throwing knives at her, and she ducks and misses
dives out of the way.
And finally, she gets up to him, fights him a little bit, and then she's got both of them. She has the little cattle prod at this point. And she looks at one of them, and then she looks at the other, and she throws one of them off. And it's like, I think this one. Yeah, so I think she just kind of looked at him like, yeah, this is the guy that's going to squeal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that one ends.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to
the past.
Back to his bacta tank, because they throw him in there. The Gamorreans throw him in there so he can heal.
Because he gets pretty electrocuted.
Yeah, he gets electrocuted a lot. They both get electrocuted a lot. It's like, yikes.
Yeah.
So
Hope she gets a turn in there.
You would think so. But so he starts dreaming again, and dreaming like a flashback.
Yeah.
And he's tied up still. And the Rodian is also still there tied up. And the little kid comes and unties him and takes him. They
gotta go dig for urchin-looking things that have water in them.
I guess
little
it's whatever.
Pods.
I guess it's whatever they're... I don't know if that's what they're looking for at like a moisture farm or not.
I have no idea.
Because they see like smoke in the distance, and they go up and there's like a moisture farm, kind of like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's farm back in A New Hope. And
it's being raided.
Yeah, it's being raided by these guys. And they're like, I guess they just decide, we're not going to deal with this. Let's just dig for...
They're watchers. Yeah. They don't interfere.
Yeah.
They just dig for water.
So they go dig for water, or the kid doesn't dig for water. The kid makes them dig for water.
Yeah.
So they're digging for water and everything, and they find like some stuff.
Yeah.
And and also the little lizard dog thing is there too.
Yeah, he's there hanging out.
Because he's like, no hard feelings, right? And it's just like...
So the Greedo looking dude,
the Rodian,
yeah, he starts uncovering something that doesn't look like one of those pods. Looks like a big old claw, and he keeps uncovering it, and it is a claw. It's a big old monster.
A big monster thing. I don't know what this monster is.
Big Goro-looking monster, and with a lizard head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just really beats the crap out of that Greedo kid.
And luckily, it kills the Rodian. Just smashes him into the ground.
Yeah, which, we all celebrated. We're all very happy about that.
Because, he was a snitch.
Yeah,
so.
Snitches get
Snitches
stitches.
Get stitches. Right there. There you go. That was his comeuppance. Anyway.
We all learned a good lesson from this.
So, Boba Fett jumps on top of him. Is still kind of chained up. And uses his chains basically like Princess Leia did with Jabba the Hutt.
I wrote here that the best way to kill things in Star Wars universe is just choke them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what it is, just choke it.
So he pulls a Princess Leia and just chokes it to death.
Yep, and then we get back to the village. The kid comes running up with the
decapitated head of the monster.
He's like talking how he killed it and everything, takes all the glory. And Boba's like, good boy.
Yeah.
He gets to become a man.
Yeah.
And the leader of the camp He knows what's going on.
He gives Boba one of the little water pod things and is like, okay, you're cool with us now.
Me, bro. Mm-hmm. So that's how that ends.
Yep.
It was a good start, I guess. Kind of laid a foundation.
Yeah, a lot of backstory, which was nice to see because, people were wondering how did he get out of the Sarlacc pit, which didn't take very long for them to show that.
Did not. Yeah, he was right in there. And I don't know what I expected.
Yeah.
I guess, that's why not that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he was going to rocket out or something, but
I
guess firing your way out, it's fine.
And I really need to rewatch The Mandalorian because
Groot, not Groot.
Groot? Grogu, you mean?
Okay.
No, because I know that the Sand People were in the second season a pretty good bit in that first part. But I can't remember if Boba Fett was interacting with them at all. Or if it was just Mando that was... Because I think they were only really in that first episode. And that was before he showed up again.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because he was with the mayor or whatever.
Yeah.
The sheriff.
Gosh, what is it? Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
So, Mom, if you're watching this, Timothy Olyphant is in The Mandalorian, so you might want to watch it.
Sounds like Mandalorian's getting a new view this week. Yeah.
And he's looking really good. Just letting you know.
He did a good job too, so yeah, it's worth checking out.
His was a pretty fun episode.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I'm just liking it as a thing, and it's just a good show so far.
See, I am a fairly big Star Wars fan.
Yeah. The races and all that, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you get all Robert De Niro over things, so true sign of a Star Wars fan.
I guess so. Anyway, I like Star Wars. I like The Mandalorian. I really like what they did with it.
It's real good.
I wasn't really looking forward to Boba Fett or the Book of Boba Fett because, like I said, never really been a big fan of Boba Fett. But also, I was never a fan of Loki until I watched Loki.
It's true.
So who knows? Who knows how it will go? But I do like Finnick.
Yeah,
she's interesting, and I really like Ming-Na Wen anyway. Yeah. So it's good to see her in it. I don't know. It'll be interesting, a nice something to watch until the Mandalorian starts back up, or until we get Kenobi.
Oh yeah.
So
I forgot. Do you know when that's coming out?
I have no idea, but man, I want to see it. I'm looking forward to that one.
Getting real flushed. I don't understand. Are you getting the vapors?
It's fine.
So yeah, that'll be an interesting watch. Get ready for that.
Sorry, you're gonna have to see me faint every episode.
It's all right.
I wonder when that is coming out, and I wonder when Mandalorian season 3 is coming out because I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with when things come out.
I think Mandalorian's a while.
Okay. All I know is 2022 for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
It would be really nice if after Boba Fett was done, it went straight into Mandalorian.
That would be nice.
Don't think that'll happen, but I don't know. Because it's just sometime in 2022. That's all we know. It's funny to look up, people also ask, is there a Mandalorian season 3? Which is what I wanted to know. But then right under that is Baby Yoda actually Yoda? No, Yoda is dead.
Yeah,
spoilers.
Sadly.
Is Yoda a Mandalorian?
Oh man, that'd be cool.
Somebody put is Grog instead of Grogu. Is Grog Yoda's son? Never know. Mm-mm. Anyway, that's the Mandalorian stuff, not the Book of Boba Fett.
We'll be getting to that at some point.
So I'm assuming in the next episode they will talk to the guy that they captured and maybe find out who sent them. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the mayor.
Probably. I don't know.
But then again, they could have other people that are against him.
I feel like he's gonna have multiple enemies.
I'm sure he probably will.
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, but that's it. That was episode 1.
All right.
Oh, also, I'm going to say, speaking of Mandalorian, looking right in front of me.
Oh, yes.
I gave Mark a Mandalorian puzzle. 1,000-piece puzzle.
Little baby Grogu.
And the Mandalorian, both of them together. And it's really cute, and we've been working on it, and it's taken forever.
It's a tough puzzle. It's a tough one.
It is real tough.
But it's a good one.
It's cute. You can tell what we like the most about the puzzle because Grogu is already finished.
Yes, Grogu's done.
Grogu was finished first. Everything else is still.
Well,
there.
I guess if we're talking about what we were most attracted to, you did Grogu. You got him done.
That's true.
I did a blue table. So we both have our things.
You know. Oh, anyway, sorry. I just wanted to point that out because it was right there in front of me.
Yes, it was a great present. I was very excited to get it. So we'll be working on that for a while.
Yeah, and I guess it's going to be kind of our tradition, our New Year's tradition.
I like it.
Because last year we did The Office. He had a puzzle of The Office. Mm-hmm. And so we did that one, and now we're working on this one this year.
Yeah.
It kind of goes through the new year, like the old year into the new year.
It's our activity. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm very excited. I love puzzles, so it was a great idea. You nailed it.
Yay!
All right, now let's move on.
Okay, sorry.
Now, I'm tired of this.
Okay,
let's move on.
All right, fine.
No. Before we left for Christmas, we were able to see Spider-Man No Way Home. Uh-huh. And so we have not seen it since.
Nope. So not very fresh in our minds right now.
Yes. I wrote, like I said, I was writing down notes during Boba Fett, which was just trying to remember the plot of No Way Home.
Yeah.
There was only one spot where I just could not remember what happened, like how they got to it. So I had to look up one thing, but the rest of it, just going off memory. So if we leave anything out, sorry, bro.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Tell us on Twitter what we missed. That's fine.
Yeah, because I'm sure we're going to miss a lot.
Yes.
Because I literally can't remember the plot at all.
Great sign for a movie.
No, I can remember some of it. It's just, I don't remember how they get from one place to another, really. So.
Right.
There was a lot. It was long, and there was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on, yes.
So, we're going to spoil a lot. Yeah. So, if you haven't seen it yet,
you may want to just pause this for a while.
Yeah, you may want to just wait until you've seen it and then come back and listen to us talking, because we're going to spoil a bunch.
We are. Get ready.
Just like we spoiled
Boba Fett.
So
yeah.
Sorry if you were looking for no spoilers. You should know by now that that's not how we do things.
Yes.
We spoil everything.
That's what we do.
At least we're not spoiling things before they come out, though.
It's true. You've had a couple weeks now to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you had the whole Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
To go to the movie theater if you wanted to see it.
We held back as long as we could. We're only human. We have to talk about this stuff. Mm-hmm. So we're coming into Spider-Man with everybody knows his identity. Yeah. Mysterio revealed it.
At the very end.
J. Jonah Jameson's talking crap about him.
Yep. At the very end of
very loud.
At the very end of the last movie. Yeah. All of that happened.
Yep. So he's kind of having to deal with that. Him and Mary Jane are just not Mary Jane.
Her name's
She's not Mary Jane. MJ. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what her name is.
Her last name is Jones, I think.
Yeah.
What is her name supposed to be? Now I'm like,
I can't remember.
Excuse me.
Is it Meredith Jones?
I don't know.
Man, I cannot remember.
Her name is Michelle?
Okay.
Maybe? Well, whatever. We're calling her MJ. So.
Yeah, I'm just going to call her MJ from here. So.
That took way too long.
So he's got no privacy. He's followed by helicopters. Everybody's taking videos of him. Mm-hmm. And, he's become instant celebrity.
Yes.
And there's also did he kill Mysterio? Is he a bad guy?
Yes, which obviously we all know that he's not a bad guy. That Mysterio is just making it all up because that's what Mysterio does.
Yep. And a lot of people are anti-Spider-Man, pro-Mysterio.
And then there are a lot of people that are pro-Spider-Man, anti-Mysterio.
Yep. It gets so bad they have to go live at one of Iron Man's apartments.
It's like Happy's place.
Happy's been hanging out there. Yeah. Even at school, they have they put up a special Spider-Man display.
Oh my gosh.
To him. And Martin Freeman and J.B. Smoove are very pro Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And then Hannibal Buress is not. He's on Team Mysterio, so he was not as happy to see him. But yeah, he's just getting mobbed everywhere. Mm-hmm. He's having a rough time.
Yes, very rough time.
And this goes on to affect his college. They're all wanting to go to college. Mm-hmm. They're all applying for MIT. Yes. And they get their letters. They've been looking forward to them. And they've all been denied due to the circumstances.
Yep, due to like the scandal that's been going on, because they all know that Ned is his best friend and that MJ is his girlfriend, so they're all associated with him, and so they all are pariahs basically now.
Basically.
And also, we didn't say that Aunt May and Happy have broken up.
Oh yeah, they broke up. Happy is not happy.
Happy, no, is no longer happy.
Yeah.
He wants her back, but...
Aunt May was just not feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
So, rough time for Happy.
Yeah.
He's the one that suffers the most in this movie.
And so also they're being interrogated by all these people. They're like arrested at one kind of, I guess, kind of, but
they're
not.
kind of just taken in for questioning.
Yeah, it's like the Department of Damage Control.
Oh yeah, damage control's there.
Yeah.
I don't like damage control. They've got way too much power in this. Damage control in the comics is just like, we'll just rebuild everything that gets knocked down.
Yeah.
But damage control in this is like, we're taking people in, we're, doing all this stuff.
Well, I feel like Damage Control was in the first.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
because they were the ones who were like, "We're taking over," and
Vulture.
which is what got him mad in the first place.
Yeah,
because he's like, "Hello, this is my job, but okay, whatever." But they do have a really good lawyer, so
they do, and that lawyer is Daredevil.
It's Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock's there,
and yes, it is Charlie Cox.
Yes, it is
back in the role.
Yeah, a brick gets thrown in the window at one point, and he catches it behind him, and he's like, "I'm a very good lawyer." So cool to see him.
Yeah,
I'm even more excited after seeing Kingpin and Hawkeye. Now we got Daredevil. God, I just want that cool. Luke Cage. I just want Luke Cage in there. He's the one I really want. So yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
But anyway, since they're having all of these, like all this negative publicity, they can't get into college anywhere, pretty much. They decide, well, who can maybe help us?
Yeah.
So they go to Doctor Strange.
First thing you try, instead of any other idea.
Yes, because I love that.
See Doctor Strange.
I love that he goes to see Doctor Strange. They do all this stuff, then he's like, "You didn't even try calling them?"
Yes, you didn't call anyone.
And ask them to reconsider? Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I didn't think about that." It's like, no, instead you just do this crazy thing that messes everything up. But sure, yeah. So anyway, he goes to Stephen Strange.
They go to the sanctum. It's all icy because one of the portal things got left open or whatever. Just blew a bunch of snow in there.
But also while you're there, you find out that Wong is his name, right? I always forget his name. Wong is now
He's the Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Which makes sense that's why he would have shown up in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Because he's the Sorcerer Supreme now.
Yeah. So. He seems to be working on something. Like, he's traveling around to a bunch of different places.
He's doing something behind the scenes.
He's up to something.
He's working on something.
He's up to something. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing. He's up to something.
But yeah, so he became Sorcerer Supreme because Doctor Strange was blipped for 5 years, and so they had to have somebody.
Gotta have somebody in there.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what Wong is doing.
Baron Mordo, maybe he got blipped away too. I don't know. Wow.
Don't even know who that is. So
it's the bad guy in the Doctor Strange movie.
See, I've seen the Doctor Strange movie like one time. This is why I need to rewatch them all.
Yeah, we do need to rewatch them. We were gonna do like one a month or something like that, but we have not.
Isn't that the guy who plays him? Oh, what is his name? Isn't it like Chiwetel Ejiofor or whatever? However you say his name?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. The guy from like 12 Years a Slave?
I think maybe. Okay. I honestly just don't know.
Okay. I really like him.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, like I said, I've only seen that one once.
Yeah.
Basically, the only thing I know of it is Dormammu.
Yeah, I've come to bargain. Yeah. So, but Spider-Man's big idea is, hey, I want you to cast a spell that'll make everybody forget who Peter Parker is, or forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yes.
And Doctor Strange is like, yeah, let's do this. This is great. This is a great idea.
Yeah, and Wong is kind of like, maybe we shouldn't do this, but I gotta go do this other thing, so don't do anything that I wouldn't do while I'm gone, Yeah. And Doctor Strange is like, we don't have to worry about that. It's fine. I've used it before. It's okay.
I can't believe he's just so quick to just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
No problem. I see no problem. So a lot of this is on him as well.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Spider-Man should have done a lot more, but so should Doctor Strange.
And
should have vetted this.
Yeah, should have. But it's not really Doctor Strange. That's Mephisto.
It's Mephisto. I mean, no, probably not.
I doubt it. But people are just like, why would he have gone so, so quickly into this idea?
Yeah.
Like,
it is weird, but I do not think it's Mephisto.
No.
So he does start casting the spell, and then Spider-Man's like, oh, wait, I want MJ to remember.
Because he's like, wait, no one's going to remember me? He's like, well, I need...
No one thought this through.
Yeah, he's like, I need MJ to remember me. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I need Aunt May to remember me. Okay, I need Ned to remember me. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
they
all these people...
should have talked about this before.
Right? It's like, you got to talk the whole thing through. It's like, anytime you're making a wish, you got to, like, really think out the details.
Yeah, when casting a spell that big, that's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a worldwide spell almost. So,
right?
Yeah, you gotta...
And also, why would Doctor Strange think that he wanted everybody to forget him anyway?
He's very
There
literal.
were other ways you could have done this.
Yeah.
You could have said, I wish everyone would forget what Mysterio said.
Yeah.
That's an easier way to do it, because that's only going to affect people who didn't know before.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
What? Come on, people.
Yeah.
Because still everybody who knew him before would have been like, they would still know because they knew before.
Yeah. It's poorly thought out.
Very poorly thought out.
But
I mean, if they had done that, there wouldn't be a movie.
That's true. Well, the spell starts breaking down. Mm-hmm. It kind of destroys reality for a bit there. And he has to, like... Contain it.
Yeah.
And a little thing like when we saw in What If, when they contained...
Yes. Basically, that universe. Yeah. Where Killmonger and Ultron are stuck fighting in a
little crystal structure, basically.
Yes.
He's like... Oops. And then he finds out he didn't even try anything else. It's like, go talk to somebody. What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? You made me do this huge spell and messed everything up. And you didn't even like try to call and convince them of why you should go.
Yeah. So, it's so dumb.
So Peter's like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Yep.
It's kind of like how when we were when we were doing the idiot thing, when we were at your parents' house for Christmas.
Yeah, the game show of the idiot test.
Yes. And I was like, oh, well, I thought they might have
You were making it so much harder on
yourself. More complicated than it had to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, those S's kind of look like 2s. So if you look at that, maybe that's the second thing. But no, it was just like a 2 on there. So
I'm like, well, I thought they meant because it said this one thing that actually they meant.
Yeah. We were idiots trying too hard.
So yeah,
he calls
overthinking.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, well, I'll just call up Flash. He's at an admissions party.
Yes.
Surely someone's there I can talk to.
Yeah.
And Flash's like, oh, by the way, Flash wrote a book about Peter.
About being Spider-Man's best friend. And it's like, you have hated Peter.
Yeah.
Since the first movie. Since before the first movie.
Well, I don't know that he hated him.
But
he was
he's such a jerk to him.
He was just he's very snobby.
Yes.
He's very self-centered. So he wants everyone to, talk good about him. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. So Flash tells him, oh, the admissions person just left. They're on their way to the airport.
Maybe you can catch him. Yeah, so that's what he does. He finds her in a cab.
On the bridge.
It's not a cab, it's like a Uber or something.
Yeah.
On the bridge, and he comes up to her and he starts talking to her. Mm-hmm. And he's got a little crumpled suit on, I think.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. He tries.
And so he's like, I'm not here for me. I'm just here for MJ and Ned. I just want them to have another chance because it's not fair that they're being
kept out, denied admission.
They're being denied just because of their association with me.
Yeah.
And so the woman's like, okay, you do have a point. I'll look over all of your applications again. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay. He's like, wait, all? And she's like, because doesn't she say something about
I think that's at the end.
Or maybe that's at the end.
Yeah, because while he's talking to her, Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, Doc Ock shows up.
Otto Octavius shows up, and he's like, hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, because he suits up whenever, because there's an explosion, so he suits up, and he's like, Peter. I don't remember. But anyway, he says hi.
So, yeah, maybe she just says that she's going to do theirs. Because I feel like she said pretty early on that it was
I don't know. I don't think she was... they didn't have a whole lot of time to talk.
Maybe.
And to be convinced, but maybe.
Like I said, we saw this before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
This is a pretty minor detail to have to remember after a few weeks.
Nobody cares.
But anyway, he fights Doc Ock on the bridge.
Yeah, because he shows up and he says, "Hey, Peter," or whatever, and he's like, how does this guy know me?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he would because his identification's out there now,
yeah, I guess so. But he's like, who is this guy? Because it's kind of like, he acts like he knows me. And I don't know him.
Like we're buds.
Yeah, we're buds. They like to fight all the time. So yeah, they have this big fight on the bridge. At one point, the ladies... the Uber goes like over the side of the bridge and he has to catch her and everything.
Yeah.
And then...
And Doc Ock is still being controlled by the tentacles.
Yes.
Like it hasn't gotten to the point where he's been released of their control. So
yes.
He's still a bad guy.
Yeah, he's still a bad guy, Otto.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of get like under the bridge.
Yeah. And they go Red Hot Chili Peppers on it and then go under the bridge.
Yes. And at one point he like grabs something off of Peter's suit.
Yeah.
And it's like nanotechnology. So he's like, oh, this is
he's wearing the Iron Spider suit, so it's all nanotech.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, this is interesting. And he starts like it
integrates with his arms.
Yeah, with his arms. So they kind of turn like Iron Man kind of colors.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is very interesting. I like this new tech, And
he took his chest plate off, basically.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, well, time to die. And he's got to like spike, and he goes to spike him, but his mask goes from his head to his chest to protect his chest. And then he sees it's not his Peter. Who are you?
Yeah. So he's like, wait a minute, you're not Peter. And he's like, yeah, I am.
I don't know who you are. I'm like, Peter Parker.
This is strange. Yep. And then, speaking of strange...
Well, not yet.
Not yet?
So he's able... Because the nanotechnology is on the arms, Spider-Man's able to control them. So he's able to control the arms. He does control the arms. And, like, wrap up Doc Ock. And he saves the lady, pulls her out.
And that's when she's
says, like... You're a hero. Yeah. We're gonna get you in, don't worry. Yeah. And all that stuff, so...
But then they get like...
They're like sitting on the bridge. Well, they're sitting on the bridge and a goblin bomb comes out.
God, I forgot about the goblin bomb.
And Green Goblin's there. But pretty much right whenever he attacks, Doctor Strange pulls them out. They get teleported to the sanctum. Yes. And Dr. Octopus gets put in a cell, basically. Yes. So they're magic cell.
In the basement.
Yeah, in the basement. Yeah. Strange is like, yo, I tried to contain it, but it's obviously out of control.
Yeah. Some weird's going on.
Yep.
Or something strange.
Yeah. And he already has the lizard. The lizard's there in a cell.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the lizard was there.
We didn't get to see how that happened, but he got pulled in there. And he's like, everyone that knows who Peter Parker is now coming over.
From other places,
universes.
Other dimensions or whatever. Yeah, from other universes.
Yeah. So you need to go find the anomalies, bring them back so we can send them to the right place and get this all fixed.
Yes. So he recruits MJ and Ned to help him.
Mm-hmm. And he gets a gauntlet from Doctor Strange that he can like shoot him with a teleport thing.
And it'll capture them and they'll teleport into a new cell.
Exactly.
So
they go out and
he thinks he's going after a Green Goblin because they hear that there's something weird happening.
Yeah.
And so he's like, it's probably that green guy. I guess I better go after him. Mm-hmm. So he goes out, and of course it's like this big like forest basically, and there's a bunch of power lines, lines. Immediately it's like, well, this is going to be Electro,
that's
obviously.
Electro, baby. Yep.
So it is Electro, because he shows up, he knows something's there, and he can't see it yet.
Not blue Electro, it's just Jamie Foxx with, just Jamie Foxx, basically.
Yeah, basically. Looks much better.
Way better. Thank goodness he's not blue anymore.
Okay, I can get with this one. This is not like that.
Okay. I can get with this one. Like, my dreams are going to be much better now.
No, not like that. No, I mean, this is much better. God.
But they even do like the mask effect whenever he's getting all this energy of like his mask in the comics, where it's that yellow
it's kind of like a weird like electric crown.
Yeah, a lightning burst kind of thing. Yeah.
So it looks pretty cool. It looks
a lot
much cooler.
Yes.
It looks much cooler.
Yeah.
But the other characters, they look the same as their old versions.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
I guess Electro was the only one that were like, bro, we gotta change this.
Sorry
this
about
terrible.
that, guys. We messed up.
And I'm sure Jamie Foxx was probably like, okay, I am fine with that. I get to look more like myself.
Happen. Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to be blue no more.
Because at one point in it, he's like, yeah, I look much better in this universe.
Yeah. They even comment, I'm like, when I saw you last year, you had like braces and you looked like a nerd or whatever. And he looks all cool now.
Yeah.
So.
He's like, yeah, I like this a lot better.
And he does mention that the like power in this universe is much stronger and different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like really digging it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to get taken in.
No. So anyway, Peter shoots him with the thing.
Yeah, and he disconnects all the power.
He tries to shoot him with the thing, but it goes straight through him, and a tree shows up in the cell. Oh,
yeah, he shoots a tree with it.
Because it goes through him and it hits a tree instead.
Because he's all energy, basically.
So the tree shows up and they're like, whoa. And at one point later, Ned is like, so is this like a tree monster? It's like, no, it's just a tree, Ned. It's
not
fine.
Groot, sadly.
So yeah, he's kind of fighting with Electro, and then suddenly the sand starts moving.
Yeah.
And Sandman is there.
Sandman.
But he's like, nice Sandman.
He's good Sandman.
Yeah, so he's good Sandman, I guess. Flint Marco. So he's good guy, and he's kind of helping Peter capture Electro. So they end up, he like kind of does like a sand whirlwind around him or whatever to kind of get all the electricity away, unplug everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then finally they're able to capture him.
Yeah.
And then
he also captures Sandman.
But I don't know if he means to.
I think he means to, but he
they both go back. They both go back, I think. And then Doctor Strange shows up and captures Sandman while they're inside, maybe?
No, I think that's Goblin that happens to.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he just sends him. I think he sends Sandman. He's like, we're gonna help you or get back to wherever. So, sorry, I gotta send you. I think
I can't remember.
It's another little minor thing because he has to stay there and fix all the electric lines.
Yeah.
So he's still hanging out there. Spider-Man is. But anyway, yeah. So they get all those people. They've got all four of them in the cells. They just need Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And Goblin he was in an alley and Norman Osborn. I could not remember his name.
He kind of fights with his Green Goblin self and he smashes his mask and he walks off and he's back as Norman Osborn.
Yep.
Instead of as the Green Goblin. And he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So he goes to find May because...
Yeah, I think maybe that's
because she's working at like
she works at Feast, which is like the homeless shelter kind of thing.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure he goes to find her.
I think so. So she calls him up, calls up Peter, and is like, "Yo, I got another one for you."
Yes,
and they take him into Doctor Strange's place, and he wants to help him because Norman's pretty messed up in the head, obviously.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange is like, "Pew, you're going in a cell."
Okay, yeah, okay, I guess that's what it was.
Like, dude, he came here willingly. We didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
So this is when, like, Doctor Strange tells him, like, all right, we got to send them back, and, you know, they're all probably going to die.
Yeah, because they realized that they were pulled from their universes right before they were killed by Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, if you send us back, we're just going to die.
Yeah. And Doctor Strange is like, I don't care.
And Spider-Man's like, I do, though. Yeah. That's terrible.
We can help them.
We should be able to help them somehow.
Yeah.
And so...
but Strange is like more focused on just getting it.
Yes.
That he's got to fix this multiverse. Probably because he knows he screwed it up. It's a lot of his fault.
Yeah. So
he's got a cube with like a button that they have to press. Because he was like, once you get everybody, you can press the button, they'll all go
back. Yeah. And it's got that little thing inside of it that he had contained.
Right, the spell. Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, all right, well, let's just push this button. Yeah. And Peter's like, no, let's not. And so he steals it. And he tries to get away. And then at one point, Doctor Strange finds him and, like, pushes his soul out. Like he
does the little soul thing. So
Peter's, like, soul comes out of his body, but Spider-Man is still, like, fighting him.
The Spidey sense, I guess. I don't know.
So?
It was great.
Because he's like,
how are you doing this?
So, anyway, way, but he manages to go back into his body, and...
But then Doctor Strange sends him to the mirror universe.
Yes.
Yeah,
where he has whatever it is.
Full control.
Yeah. So they're like, there's a train. They're fighting on top of a train, and it turns into multiple trains.
Just like a train tunnel thing.
Real weird. It all looks very
kaleidoscopy.
I was trying to think of the Inception. That's the name of it. I was like, what is that name? The name of that thing in that movie?
Yeah, it's very a good little fight.
Yeah, it's very Inception looking, and somehow Peter.
He just realizes that it's very math based.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is just a thing. So he does some calculations.
Yeah, some calculations with his web and hitting everything with his webs. Yeah. And he's
able to web up Doctor Strange, beat him at his own game.
Yes, and then leaves him in the mirror.
Just leaves him there. He's like, you'll be fine. And just until I get everything fixed. And
exactly.
And then we'll come get you.
So there he is. He's Doctor Strange stuck in the mirror dimension.
Yeah. And Ned and MJ are like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, well, we're going to take them somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they take them.
Ned's able to get one of those little ring things.
He takes, Doctor Strange's ring.
Yeah. Because he's mentioned that he feels like his family has a history of magic, and he's always felt a little tingling in his fingers.
Yeah, he did say that his grandmother said that their family has magic.
Yeah.
So, he takes one of the rings.
Yep. And they all go back to the apartment, Happy's apartment, because there's a fabricator there that Happy stole, I guess?
I guess so.
It can make anything. I don't know how Happy got this in his apartment, but there it is.
I don't know.
Very convenient, but,
Yeah. So they start using it to come up with cures for each of them. And they start off with Dr. Octopus.
Yep.
And because Peter still has control of the arms.
He's able
to
bind him. Yeah.
Yeah. So they put whatever it is into the back of his neck, I think.
Yeah. Where that little thing inserts another chip thing over it.
Yeah. So that puts him, that fixes everything.
He's able to be in control. The arms aren't in control anymore. He doesn't hear the voices.
Yeah. So he gives him control. Peter gives control back of the arms back over to him.
Yeah.
And he's able to control it. And he's like, oh, this is great. It's like, I'm a good guy now.
Yay.
So everything is good with him. And so then they start trying to work on on the other stuff.
They've got a thing for Electro that will suck out all the energy basically.
So it's kind of like
make it normal again.
It's kind of like one of the what is it, the arc reactor?
Yeah.
Thing.
Kinda.
And it has...
I mean, it's not the arc reactor.
It's not, but it's kind of like it.
Kinda.
So, but it has these lights around it, and once all the lights...
Yeah. He does see the arc reactor, though.
He does.
That's running the fabricator, yeah.
Yes.
So he becomes very aware of it. It's like, oh, that looks hot.
Yeah, so they put that on him, and it's starting to, drain his energy and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Something happens at this part, too, where... Electro says he thought that Spider-Man was black.
Well, he said, I guess so.
Yeah, but so it's a lot of people have been like, well, if he thinks he's black, he didn't know he was Peter Parker then, and why is he there? But I mean, he could have been told that it's Peter Parker and just not seen his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. But
or did he say that he thought it was that Spider-Man was black, or that he hoped Spider-Man would be black?
No, I think he thought he...
Or he said something about... And he said something about maybe in another universe Spider-Man is black.
But even still, that would mean he hasn't seen that he's not black. So, yeah. But he still he could have been told that he's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, the only reason they did that is because Miles Morales. They wanted a little nod to Miles Morales.
Which I'm fine with.
I'm completely fine with, too.
I'm all on board for Miles Morales coming around.
I would love it.
It would be great.
And they're making Into the Spider-Verse, too.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
I mean, we are going to get
some But it's not an MCU deal, so we'll see.
It's not. But, I mean, the first one was really good. So.
It was. Yeah, so looking forward to the next one.
Completely cool with that.
Yeah.
So...
But right before his thing is about to finish up,
yes,
Green Goblin does a heel turn, goes back into being Goblin.
Yeah,
He was
been the Goblin
all along.
He had been the Goblin for a while, and
Yeah.
he was just pretending to be Norman.
Yeah.
And so he turns on him,
Yeah.
and which gets everybody else to turn on him, basically, except for
Yeah.
Doc Ock.
Right.
And
he beats the crap out of Spider-Man.
there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to say the Lizard is, like, in a van downstairs.
Yeah.
They didn't even let him in.
He didn't want to go into the apartment.
He didn't get to have a lot of screen time.
He did not. I'm wondering if that actor just didn't have, like, a lot of availability or something.
I don't know, because he was not in it very much.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised at the end that you actually get to see his face.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Me too.
But yeah, so he, there's like this big fight. J. Jonah Jameson is outside too.
Of course he is.
Of course he is, because
Yeah.
he's like, oh, we gotta get footage of Spider-Man
Yeah.
being a bad guy. And
Yeah.
of course he like spins it all that Spider-Man's the reason all these people have shown up.
Of course.
And I guess he's working with the bad guys or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
he just
he's
hates
the
Spider-Man. I
worst.
absolutely cannot stand
I
him.
hate
I
him.
love J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. He does a great job
He
of
does
playing him.
such a great job as him, but I hate him so much.
I
He's
hate
the
him in the
worst.
comics. I hate him in this. But, like,
He's the worst. I liked it
Yeah.
so much better when it was just, get me pictures of Spider-Man!
Yeah.
I just spit everywhere.
yeah, I like that a lot better. But,
Instead of like, Spider-Man is the devil! Basically.
Yeah.
It's like, he's evil! We have to take down Spider-Man!
yeah.
So yeah, he's out there when everything goes down. There's
Mm-hmm.
big, like, explosion, all kinds of stuff.
Electro's able to steal the arc reactor.
Yeah, he steals the arc reactor.
And he takes off. But yeah.
Doc Ock gets away, but he's like trying to get away from the bad guys, I guess. Kind of.
Maybe. Does he help a little at this point or no?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But he does take off. He does take off because he like.
I think maybe this is where
I think somebody
this
throws
is where he
him out,
tries to
maybe.
help and he gets like one of his arms cut off.
I don't know, but
I think
he like gets thrown out of the
yeah.
window. Or something,
yeah, he
and
does. He does get thrown out of the window,
and
to
he
another
has to like
building.
get
He
out.
takes off.
Yeah,
because they like there's
they think he's a
cops and
bad
stuff
guy. Yeah,
pursuing
so
him,
he just takes off.
yeah.
Of course, Sandman's out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't really trust everybody. He just wants to get back to his kid, but he
Yeah.
also just doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah, so he's like, this is weird. I got to get out of here. So he just goes.
His whole thing was kind of flimsy, where
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you're gonna send me back. You just
Yeah.
saw Dr. Octopus get cured.
Exactly. It's like, bro, it's
yeah,
fine.
you need to chill out.
Yeah, so he just kind of like sands himself out the window.
Sand out.
And the lizard like scratches himself out of the van and just goes
Yeah.
on a rampage and all this stuff. And of course, Electro flies out, I
He
guess.
buzzes off.
I don't know, whatever. He's out.
Yep.
So it's just Green Goblin and Spider-Man and Aunt May.
Yeah.
Which
Aunt
Aunt May
May's got like the cure,
Yeah.
and she's taken off.
Yes. I can't remember exactly what all that happens because
Well, he
there's
just
a
like
bunch of fighting
slams
going
him
on.
through like all the like,
floors,
the
basically.
floors of
Yeah.
the apartment, like tons of damage.
Yeah.
And they end up in the like main lobby, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Aunt May shows up right then, of course.
Of course she does. And
just
she
oh, crap.
and she like hits
She's able to inject.
she
him.
injects Norman Osborn or Green Goblin with the cure. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work.
Does not work.
It's like,
they messed it up.
come on.
Yep.
So it doesn't work. He just like flings her.
Yeah.
Basically, there's like a big explosion because he like starts cackling as he does
Yeah.
because he's Green Goblin.
As goblins do.
And he's got his little glider and everything and his bombs, and he just like throws a bunch of bombs, I think.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of explosions.
Yeah.
Peter's just like knocked out pretty
Yeah.
much.
He is hurt.
Aunt May's knocked out.
Yeah.
Green Goblin gets away. And of course, like there are cops like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting. And
So Spidey helps her up, I think.
Yes.
Or they help each other up.
they help each other
kinda.
up. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
And they talk for a little bit.
And he's upset. He's so sorry that all this happened.
Because of him and everything.
Yeah.
And she says something about
With great
with
power.
great power comes great responsibility. And at that point I went, Aunt May, no!
Oh,
Don't say that!
And then she's like, I don't feel so good.
Dang it!
She's like, I need to catch my breath.
It's like, why did you say that line? Now
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
Why'd you say that lie?
So yeah, he helps her to the floor and everything, and
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
is
I
dying.
think she got cut by the glider at one point. Like, she got
Maybe,
hit by it.
and the explosion, I think, hit her too at one point.
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. She's really badly hurt.
Yeah, she's
and
bleeding out.
He's like, it's okay, I'll help. You can just catch your breath. It'll be fine, And it is not fine.
It's not.
It's not fine.
Yeah.
She dies.
She does.
In his arms.
Pretty sad.
And he's like, no, wake up. And it's like, can you not do this, please?
It was
Don't make me cry.
sad.
It didn't make me cry, but...
Yeah, it was close.
And then Happy pulls up.
Yeah, and he's just like...
and looks over there and sees Aunt May dead, and he's like...
He knows.
Oh, no. And so you're like, oh, no, poor Happy.
Yeah.
Because he was wanting to get back together with her so bad.
Yeah.
And then the police show up. They arrest Happy. They go in.
Arrest Aunt May.
Well, they're gonna arrest Peter, but he gets away.
Yeah, he takes off.
And Aunt May's dead body is just there.
Yep.
It's like, Jesus. But he made it away. He made it away.
So Ned and MJ are like, we gotta find Peter. We gotta,
because he's
out there somewhere. We gotta help him.
Nobody knows where he is. He's gone off somewhere.
Yeah.
And he hasn't contacted him. And she's like, I'm gonna push this button, because he gave her the box with the button.
Right.
And said, if you don't hear from me, if you can't get in touch with me, then obviously something bad has happened. So go ahead and push the button.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it. And Ned's like, no, don't. Well, maybe we can figure out something.
Let's just see if we can find him right quick.
Yeah. And so
he's got the ring.
He
the sling ring.
Yeah, the sling ring. And he does something where when he's saying something, he makes the gesture. And they see a portal kind of, or the magic kind of shoot out. And they're like, huh, that's weird. Maybe you should try that again. Yep. And so he does it again and does it again.
Yep.
And she's like, I wonder, maybe we can find Peter using that.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, find Peter Parker. Yeah. He does the thing. And it takes a minute, but then it does show.
Finally gets one going.
And there we go. You see somebody.
Spider-Man's there.
You see Spider-Man in an alleyway, and he's walking toward
Very
him.
Spider-Man No More-y looking deal. There's a cover of Spider-Man No More. And he's walking down an alley.
Okay.
And it looks like that.
Okay. So he walks in and starts talking to him, and they're like, wait a minute.
Who are you?
Who are you? Takes off his mask.
It's Andrew.
It's Andrew Garfield.
Yes. And from minute one, he is fantastic.
He is amazing.
Yes.
The correct word is amazing.
He is amazing.
But yeah, he is great. He was so good. And they're like,
Kruger Spider-Man.
So he jumps up and he just grabs onto the ceiling.
They're like, that's not enough.
And they're like, no, you got to walk across the ceiling. And he's like, really?
I think this is enough. And Ned's mom wants him, or grandma wants him to go clean some spider webs, cobwebs in the corner.
Yeah, so he just goes across the ceiling and does
dust it a little.
So great.
Yes.
At this point, I mean, because it's been kind of slow, up to this point.
Yeah, the first part was it was fine, but I was like, this needs to pick up.
Yeah, it needs to pick up, and of course, it's the lowest point. It's like, dang, what are they going to do now? And then suddenly, Andrew Garfield shows up, and it's like, yeah,
so exciting! People were cheering.
Exactly. At this point, the crowd in the theater is freaking out.
Yeah.
And it was just great. It was just such a fun experience.
Great moment.
There was some guy next to us.
Yes, a few
on
seats
the same
down.
row as us, a few seets down, and he was just having the time of his life.
Yeah.
So yeah, there he is. He's and it's like, okay, now it's really about to start to pick up. It's getting kind of some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, but now we need to find our Peter.
But no, this is not our Peter. We've got to find Peter. So he does it again. Still, he has some trouble getting it to work. And then finally another one opens up.
And we don't see anything.
Yeah.
And then from this side comes Tobey Maguire. in youth pastor uniform.
So yeah, he's just wearing normal clothes.
Yeah.
So he shows up and they're like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Peter Parker. And the other one's like, no, I'm Peter Parker.
Yeah. They have a shoot off. They both shoot webs at each other.
Yeah, so they both have a little fight kind of thing.
Jump on the ceiling.
Yeah, knock some stuff over. And then the grandma's like, clean it up. I'm going to bed. You better clean that up.
Yes.
So yeah, both of them are there, and so they talk
Very
about
exciting.
Yes,
Not as many cheers for Toby in our theater.
No, nobody cheered for Toby, and the guy next to me was like,
he was so
nobody cheered, really?
He's my favorite.
He's my favorite Spider-Man. This guy was really annoying after a while.
yeah, it's a little.
I'm like, okay, you gotta calm down, sir.
I'm glad he enjoyed it, but yeah.
Sir, this is the Wendy's. So he was having a great time.
Yeah, but it was so cool to see both of them there.
Yes,
so exciting.
It was so exciting.
Yes.
So then MJ and Ned told him what was going on and everything, and so they're like, well, when I was upset, I would go to this place, and when I was upset, I would go to this place, because it was like, I would go to the Chrysler Building. He's like, and I would go to the Empire State Building. I was like, good choice, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, where would he go? And then MJ realizes.
Yeah.
She knows where he is.
I know where he is. So
he's on top of the school, because earlier
that's where
he was, because earlier that's where they were together, him and MJ, to kind of get away from the crowds. And so he's like, that's where he is. So they go there.
And he is upset.
He is very upset.
Yeah.
They're all upset, basically. They have a nice little hug session and everything. I mean, just MJ and him and Ned, and they're all like hugging, and it's like, okay, let's hug it out.
Hug it out.
And so then they're like, we brought some other people.
We brought you.
And here come Toby and Andrew.
They're just hanging out up there.
Yep, they're hanging out, and he's like, who are these people?
Yep.
It's like, we're Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So he gets to meet the other versions and everything, and
they relate their own stories.
Yes.
Like, he lost Aunt May, so it's like, he says with great power comes great responsibility.
The last thing she said was, she told me this, and they're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Gwen said, always told me something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that's what
Uncle Ben said right before he died.
Well, I guess they both said Uncle Ben said that.
Yeah.
And it was like, Andrew, that's not what Uncle Ben told you. He said a very complicated thing about having powers and responsibility is important when you're in it. It was not with great power.
But I mean, it was close enough. It was close enough. But anyway, so they say, he's like, this is, Aunt May died, and
I lost Gwen.
I lost Gwen, and I lost Uncle Ben, and all this stuff. And so they've all had their losses, and they're like, don't turn into us, because we were...
I stopped pulling my punches.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Toby did.
He just got really angry at everything, I guess. And anyway, so they're just basically saying, don't be like us.
Yeah.
Don't let it
fester in you.
Yeah. Don't let it change you.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'll try. He doesn't really make any promises,
So they're like, let's get to work on some cures.
Yes.
And I guess they go into the school lab.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that would make sense since they're at the school already.
Yeah, might as well.
So they're all wearing their
Spider-Man outfits.
But they've got their, I know that Andrew has his he has like a little coat over it, because he's got...
Oh yeah, his little lab coat.
His little lab coat and everything.
Coat. He was more of a sciencey guy.
Yeah, he was more of the sciencey
the other
one.
ones.
Yeah, so they're all working together, and and I think it was Ned that was like, Peter, and they're like, yes. Yeah. All three of them. It's like, no, Peter Parker. It's like, yes. It's like, how are we supposed to distinguish you guys from each other if I say Peter Parker?
There was a lot of fun dialogue like that, and they talk about web shooters, how Toby has natural ones. Yeah. It's like, I don't have to refill or something like that.
Different than the others, because they all have, technology that lets them do their web shooters.
And Andrew talks to Ned about his best friend turning on him.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Well, technically, both of them had their best friend turn on them.
It's true.
Because it was, in both cases...
Green Goblin, too.
It was Osborn. It was, what's his name?
Harry.
Is it Harry?
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
I guess so.
He's like, and he tells Tom Holland, he's like, I promise I won't turn on you.
I won't turn on you.
I won't be a bad guy.
And of course, as soon as he said that, people are like, Ned's gonna be the next bad guy. I'm like,
well, he is Hobgoblin. He is Hobgoblin 3 in the comics or something like that.
Okay.
So Ned Leeds does have a history of it, but I hope not.
Surely not.
We don't need that.
But I mean, I guess I can see kind of how maybe that could happen.
Yeah.
How this ends, maybe.
I mean, it's now possible, but
yeah.
But I mean, Ned seems like a fun guy. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, he says,
He also has magic in his fingers.
Yeah, but he's like, we're best friends. We've been best friends forever. I would never do that.
Yeah. And Andrew Garfield's able to make a Green Goblin serum because he'd worked on something in his thing, he says.
Yes.
And
so they end up making serums for all of them.
Lizard serum, yeah.
Because he said, I've cured lizard before.
Yeah.
So they all have their own little serums for them. And so they're like, okay, now we just have to draw them out.
Yep.
So they go to the Statue of Liberty. That now is sporting
Captain America's shield. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bad idea.
I hate it so much.
It's real stupid. I don't even care. If there were superheroes, if one of them died, I'm not putting a freaking Captain America shield on the Statue of Liberty. That's so dumb.
It's the dumbest looking thing.
Make a new statue if you want, but don't change the Statue of Liberty.
Because I swear when it showed it, I was like, no.
I reject this.
I reject this reality. This is not true.
So dumb. But yeah, they're going to set up an ambush there, basically. Because all of them want the box. They want to be able to control.
Yes.
They can stay there and live. Because they all know they're going to die if they go back, apparently. Except Sandman. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But he wants to just get back to his daughter.
Yeah. So they also start calling them Peter 1, Peter 2, and Peter 3. But I still haven't figured out which ones are which.
Tom was Peter 1, Toby was 2, and Andrew was 3.
Okay.
And they have a lot of... It's another, because Tom takes one because he's worked on a team before. They have issues working as a team at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, because they do lure them in. They do lure them in. They start fighting. They're having a lot of trouble because they've never fought on teams before, except for Tom's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so he's like,
the Avengers.
Because he's like, yeah, I was part of the Avengers. And they're like, the what?
Oh, that's so cool.
They're like, you're in a band?
What is that?
That's so neat.
Yeah.
Is that a band? Are you in a band?
Yeah. They have some other...
No, it's superheroes.
Toby also talks about his back hurting. He's trying to do stretches. Andrew, cracks his back for him.
He's like, wow, that feels so much better.
Yeah. They talk about, what's the craziest villain you've fought? And they're like, well, I fought a bunch of aliens came down. And I fought this purple alien guy. He's like, I also fought an alien. Yeah. It was a black alien, symbiote. And it's like, oh, cool. And Andrew's like, the only thing I've ever fought is a Russian in a rhino suit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man. You give yourself more. You're amazing. You're just amazing. And it's like, oh, okay.
I love it.
It was so funny, man. Just so many little good things.
I know. It was so fun. It was so fun to watch the three of them together. I just loved it.
Yeah, it was. I could just watch a movie of them three all the time.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So they finally start working together, and they're able to cure Lizard.
Yes.
They cure Sandman. They cure Electro. At some point, Mary Jane gets thrown off.
Not Mary Jane.
Sorry, MJ gets thrown off the statue.
She's still got the box. She's still got the box.
Yeah.
That's
when Goblin
That's what's supposed to lure them.
Yeah.
Is the box. So
and they're supposed to take off.
But Ned's like, it's okay, we can open a portal. So that's what they do. They open a portal, they get through the portal, and Ned can't close it.
Right, yeah.
So I think it's Lizard that goes through the portal and grabs it.
I think you're maybe right, yeah.
But and then they go out to try to stop him, and then somebody knocks her off.
Yeah.
And so she starts falling.
Yeah.
And she's falling, and
Tom goes for him, her.
Yes, the Green Goblin comes out of nowhere and grabs him.
Yeah.
And so it's like, who's gonna catch her?
Who's gonna save MJ? Is she gonna die?
Is she gonna die just like Gwen Stacy?
Yes.
Of course not.
No.
Because Andrew Garfield
saves her.
Saves her, and then puts her down, and he's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And she looks at him, and he's just got this.
Visibly oh.
And so she's like.
Such a good scene.
She's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And he's like.
Just his redemption. He couldn't save his girlfriend, but he was able to save MJ.
Okay, so, they've been speculating that they were all three Spider-Men were going to be in this movie. Mm-hmm. And so they showed the trailer, and people are like, well, they've taken them out of these scenes because it looks like these characters are fighting somebody else, and the line of sight for this one is different than and everything. And so people are like making all these little speculations. They're like, they've obviously like taken them out of this scene. And then it shows like in the trailer, MJ's falling, and you see like somebody going after her. And I was just like, if Andrew Garfield is in this and he does not save her, I'm gonna be so mad because it would be perfect.
It would, and it was. It was the best.
Oh, it was so good.
They did it so well. I can't believe how well they did it.
I know.
This had to have been so hard to like orchestrate, and they pulled it off.
And I'm gonna tell you,
even Toby's did well too.
I'm gonna tell you, there was probably one. I think I only cried kind of like one tear. And this was that scene.
That was
because
good.
Just his reaction of being able to save her.
It was
so good.
So good. Yes. Amazing Spider-Man movies may not have been good, but Andrew Garfield is so good.
He's so good.
He's great.
He's amazing.
Yes. So it ends up with Goblin getting the box at some point, and Doctor Strange shows up around that time, I feel like.
Yes, because Ned like somehow frees Doctor Strange from the mirror dimension.
Yeah. Or no, I think he just frees himself and
or maybe he
shows
frees
up.
himself. I don't know.
And
but he's there and he's not happy. He's like, what has been happening since I have been gone?
And they're eventually able to get the box back, and Strange has it.
Yes.
But they notice, there's a goblin bomb in the box, and it blows the box up. Yes. Which is real bad.
Real bad, because then, like, the whole universe starts like...
crumbling, yeah. Like, pretty much everyone that knows Spider-Man is coming through does things.
And you can see, like, characters in there, and I know there are probably people who have picked it apart and said, oh, well, that's this character, that's this kind of stuff, but I haven't watched any of it because
the ones I saw, and I was like, oh, that's definitely Rhino, definitely saw Rhino. And I saw... who I think's Kraven the Hunter, because he had, like, a spear.
Okay, makes sense.
And he looked pretty Kraven-y. I've heard, like, Black Cat was there, maybe, and Scorpion. So,
I mean, there are a lot of Spider-Man villains.
Yeah. So there's a lot to choose from. So there were a lot of people lined up ready to get in. So Doctor Strange got to deal with that.
Yes.
And
so he's trying to like hold the universe together, basically.
Yep. And they're trying. So Tom goes back to fighting the Goblin. They're all kind of fighting the Goblin. Tom Holland gets him down, and he's so mad at him because he killed his Aunt May, and he's got his glider, and he's gonna just slam it down on him and kill him.
He's gonna kill him.
And Goblin's just laughing.
He's like,
he's going real jokery here. Yeah. He's just like insane.
He's like, kill me, Peter.
Yeah. Let the hate flow through you.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. So he goes to slam it down, but Tobey Maguire stops it.
Yeah, he's like, you're better than this.
Yeah,
talks him down. Don't do this.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, fine. And then
Tobey gets stabbed by the Green Goblin.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I was like, no, they're going to kill Tobey?
Like, are they seriously going to kill Tobey Maguire's man? I cannot.
Yep. That would have been, it was looking pretty bad. But,
so he falls over.
And they get the thing in him, but the serum into him.
So they cure Green Goblin.
Yeah, thank goodness. And Toby's down there. He's hurt.
Yeah. And Andrew Garfield comes to help him and everything.
Helps him. He's like, you okay?
He's like, yeah.
I get stabbed a lot.
I'll be fine. It's like, okay, good. They're not going to kill him.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. But yeah, the multiverse is cracking. So what are they going to do? Peter's like, goes to Doctor Strange, like, you got to do it.
You got to do it. The only thing you can do is to make everybody forget me.
Erase Peter Parker from everybody's memory, pretty much.
Yep.
Which apparently... once you really think about it, it seems very complicated.
Oh, yeah.
You have to erase him from a ton of stuff. Because, like, nobody even knows he exists. Like, he has no records.
This is a very, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's never, it'll be like he's never existed.
Yeah. And then you gotta wonder, does he have like a social security number? Does he have any kind of ID?
Probably not.
But he's gonna get his GED later. I don't know.
Yeah. That's probably why he's gonna get his GED, because he has no school records.
Yeah, but can he even like enroll it? How does he do it? Maybe he had to get another number. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. But anyway, he goes through with it. And Doctor Strange is like, I'll miss you, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. And
he's like, I'll miss you too, Steven. And he's like, yeah, that's still weird.
Yeah, call me sir.
I don't like that.
Yeah, they had a thing of going between Steven and sir. It was good.
So he starts working on removing everything.
Which, we talked about Mephisto earlier. Mm-hmm. There was a storyline in the comics where Aunt May was dying. Mm-hmm. She's like 200. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to save her. So he goes to Mephisto and is like, I need you to save Aunt May. And he's like, sure, I'll do it, but I'm erasing your
every
identity.
Memory of you,
nobody knows you're Peter Parker. He was married to Mary Jane at that time. He's like, you're not married anymore. I think they had a kid too. He's like, kid's gone. Possibly. So this is very like Mephisto.
Okay.
Confirmed here.
I mean, they change storylines and add other people and stuff like that all the time. So maybe it is supposed to be like that one.
It is.
And maybe he will get out of it the same way he does in that one. I don't know because I've never seen it.
He doesn't really get out of it. Everybody hates that storyline, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's one of the least liked storylines ever. But this one, they did it well.
Okay.
He goes to MJ and Ned and says his goodbyes.
And he's like, I promise I'll find you.
Yeah. She's like, you come tell me. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it was pretty emotional. Yeah. Him and Ned not so much, but MJ, pretty emotional. The Spider-Man disappear.
Yep, everybody happy. Goes back to their universe.
Maybe they're better, hopefully. And and then the spell's cast.
Yep.
And then we go.
It's like 2 weeks later or something. And Peter.
He's getting an apartment.
Mm-hmm. He's got his own apartment.
Which looked a lot like Tobey Maguire's apartment. Do you think it kind of did? Do you remember how that looked?
I don't remember.
I feel like it looked very similar. I wonder if it was supposed to.
I think a lot of those apartments look the same, though.
Well, yeah. But this one, I mean, this was a real crummy apartment. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But we see he's getting his GED and stuff, so.
And he goes to the coffee shop where MJ works, and which they had been in earlier.
Yeah.
And he goes in
there.
They
opened their letters.
Mm-hmm. He goes in there and he's going to tell her who he is, and reintroduce himself.
He's got a little speech lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Ned comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I'm going to reintroduce myself to both of them and everything will be all friends again. And then
he sees they both got into MIT and they seem happier without him. So
and so he's like, I'll just have a coffee.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So he decides not to talk to him, even though he promised that he would find them again.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he will later.
Maybe we'll give them a chance to kind of set up their lives. And
then show up and be like, hey, guys, let's be friends.
She was like, I'm going to figure it out. I figured it out once. This was before she lost me. She's like, I figured it out once. I'm going to figure it out again. So,
so get ready.
I'll find you either way. Yeah.
Exactly. So he also goes to Aunt May's grave and is mourning her. Mm-hmm. And Happy comes up and is like, how did you know her? And he's like, through Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how would he have known? That's a plot hole, kind of. Because
how would he have known Aunt May?
Aunt May have known Spider-Man?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions with this. Time travel and memory and all that stuff. Multiverse is very hard to do.
But, and also, Ned was like, I'll never be your enemy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know Spider-Man anymore.
Yep.
So
he might be.
He might.
We'll see.
Because he doesn't have all those memories of years of friendship with him.
It's true.
He doesn't even have the memory of saying that he would never be the bad guy.
It's true.
So, he still could be.
May get a hobgoblin in the future.
Maybe. But then he goes home. He, puts on his new suit that he's made. Yeah,
he's sewing his own suits now. And I couldn't really get a good look at the suit. It's definitely different. Maybe kind of look like a tribute to the other two a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe we'll get to see that in the next one.
And he's got his little... police scanner.
Yeah.
He's gonna go off and he's gonna start
fight crime.
Fighting crime.
That's his life.
Yeah.
He better get a job soon, pay for that apartment.
Well, maybe he'll become a photographer.
Probably. Hope so. We'll see.
For the Daily Bugle, even though, it's kind of like an internet TV show, it seems like. So I don't know how
much Bugle there is.
Photography will do. Maybe he'll be a cameraman, because, he did do, in the first of his movies, he has, his YouTube videos and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like filming stuff as Spider-Man and everything. So
maybe.
Who knows? Maybe he'll be a cameraman instead.
Yeah. In other things, he goes to work for like a lab, so maybe he'll do that. Yeah. Who knows? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
So that's where it ends, and then we get the credits. And I missed this, but you said they did the 3 Spider-Men pointing at each other meme.
Yes. I think it was only 2 of them.
Oh, 2.
Because it was like one. Because it was like little drawings and stuff.
Yeah.
And one Spider-Man was like kind of closer to the camera, and there was another one like across the way. And they were pointing at each other. So I was like, yay! I wanted them to do it during the movie.
Yeah.
But I was
thought
like,
for sure they would.
I did too. Because like when they all showed up together, I was like, come on!
Yes.
Where's the point? But they didn't do it then. They did something similar. So I was okay with it.
Yeah. And we get a mid-credit scene, which, if you haven't seen Venom 2, which we hadn't.
We have not.
This is spoilers. So, if you've gone this far, if you've seen Spider-Man, you'll know what happens anyway. But yeah. So we see Venom's at a bar.
Because I think what happened, I looked it. I looked it up. So we haven't talked about Venom 2.
Yeah,
Let There Be Carnage, because we haven't seen it. But at the very end, there's like a post-credit scene for that one.
Yeah.
And he like
gets
transported somewhere, and it's this place where he is in this one. And it's kind of like, oh, whoa, what happened there?
Yeah. And he sees Spider-Man on TV or something, and Venom's very interested in him.
Yeah. So then this kind of picks up, I guess, where that one left off.
Yeah.
And so he's in that bar, I guess, is where he teleported into or something.
Yeah, I guess.
So he's in the bar, he's talking to the guy, and the guy has been telling him all about, like, the Avengers, I guess. Because he's like, okay, so there's, like, this guy, there's, Thor and the Incredible Hulk and everything, and he's called the Hulk. Okay, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So he's talking about all this stuff, and I forget, and I'm sure he makes some jokes and stuff. I can't remember exactly what happens.
And they were just like, I gotta go, let's go find Spider-Man and talk to him.
Yeah.
But then he gets
and then suddenly
back.
He's teleported back. He's sent back to his universe, because he was brought over.
Right.
That's what we've... you realize he was brought over, and now he's back in his regular universe, and he never even had a chance to, like, be in the movie. But on the bar, there's a little tiny piece.
A little piece of symbiote. Yep. So we're going to get Venom in the next movie?
I don't know. Maybe. It's possible.
We'll see.
Maybe there will be a different Eddie Brock in this one, and it will find the other Eddie Brock.
Could be. The other people who have been Venom are Flash Thompson, so he's definitely been in there. He's
there.
So that could happen. And then there's another guy. I can't remember. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the end credits scene is not really a scene. It's a trailer.
It's a trailer.
For the next Doctor Strange movie. A lot of interesting things happening there.
I can't remember a lot of them. I know that Wanda was in there.
Wanda's in there because he's like, multiverse is pretty messed up. We did a number on it.
Yeah,
so
we need your help.
Yes, and we get to see Mordo. He shows up at some point. Then Shuma Gorath, who is the big tentacle-y guy with the eye in the middle of his body, which may be the big monster. He's kind of...
Oh, yeah, I saw that because I was like, oh, no. This is giving me real...
Starro vibes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, Shuma Gorath's weird. I don't know. He's kind of a multi-dimension character, so it fits. And then... what nobody seems to be talking about, which is weird. I haven't looked into it a lot since then, but America Chavez is totally running with them all the time. It's this Latin girl. She has a star on her back. And she's known as like Miss America or something. Okay. But she travels through dimensions, and she's like a key she can open up to go through dimensions. And I was like, America Chavez is going to be in this. And then when I looked this up, nobody was talking about it. I read
something yesterday, actually, about that had mentioned her in it.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember what they were talking about exactly. But it was talking about, like, LGBTQ characters.
Yeah, she is.
And... because they were like, they haven't really had a lot, but there's gonna be a lot more. Yeah. Because they were like, because, we had it in Eternals, we had the gay couple, and then she's gonna be coming in, because I was like, I don't know who that is.
She's pretty new. Else, I would say she was introduced in the last like 10 years or less. So she's pretty new, but she's pretty cool. I like her. So I'm excited to see that happen. I mean, got me excited for the movie. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of Doctor Strange multiverse trippy stuff. So, might be a little crazy. We'll see. But overall, I think this movie was so much fun. It was a little slow at the beginning, but once Andrew Garfield showed up...
Oh, yeah. It just...
Which another thing with Venom going back to his world, and if they're going to keep, like... I thought maybe they were bringing Venom in, but...
Yeah.
If they're going to just keep making those, man, just get Andrew Garfield in there. Put him in that universe. Like, let him be that Spider-Man. I want him back as Spider-Man. Yeah. I love Andrew Garfield. I think he was so good. I don't know if they will. They probably won't. But if they're going to keep with that universe, man, just put him in there. Because they've already set up that it's a different universe. Yeah. They can't just put Tom Holland in there.
That's true.
If they're wanting to bring Spider-Man back in, they can't just put him in there. He's in this other one. So bring back Andrew. That's all I'm saying. So I'm guessing you liked it also.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good review.
Yeah, it was great.
It was. They did everything so well.
There was a lot of like, oh my gosh, this is so great. This is funny. It's fun to have all these characters on screen together. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Even from Daredevil to all the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They delivered on everything. A lot of fan service in this movie.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fan service. But I really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm usually not a big fan service kind of person because I'm like, okay, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like I know you didn't watch the end of Game of Thrones, but there was a lot of, like in the last season, they put a lot of stuff that was just like, I feel like this is fan servicey and I don't like it. Yeah. And then there was a lot of stuff that wasn't fan servicey that I also didn't like.
They just failed on both accounts.
I was just like, I am not enjoying this.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's interesting to watch, and it's like, maybe as I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it, but then after I see it, I'm like, I really didn't like that. Yeah. I don't like the way they did that.
I do wonder.
Until that last episode, or the next to last episode, and I was like, oh, I really don't like this.
I do wonder what someone who hadn't seen the other Spider-Man movies, how they would feel about the movie. Yeah. Like maybe they just seen the Tom Holland ones. Yeah. So I wonder how that would feel. So maybe it's not as good if you're just in the MCU, but... Yeah,
or if someone had... Like, my mom, I don't think my mom has seen either of the Andrew Garfield ones. Yeah. But I know she saw at least the first Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire one, and probably the second one, but it's been so long she hasn't watched them again. Yeah. And I don't know if she's seen much of the Tom Holland ones either. Right. So it's like, I wonder if somebody like her who hasn't seen a lot of the stuff, how would Spider-Man stuff
come across?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I loved it.
I did too. It was great.
Yeah. And it's doing well, so apparently other people like it too.
Yeah. Because before we started recording and everything, well, yesterday, we were like, should we go see it again? Yeah. And I kind of want to, but also... I kind of don't want to have to go to the movie theater.
Yeah. Maybe we'll catch it when it comes out on Disney Plus eventually.
Yeah.
If it does, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll come out on.
Yeah, I think they're working that out.
Well, if it doesn't come out on that, hopefully it'll come out on something else that we have access to.
Something we can stream, yeah.
Because I would love to see it again.
Yeah, for sure.
Or else I'll be like, okay, public library.
We're renting it, baby.
Where are you at? Because, I've got to see it again.
Yeah. All right. Well, now it's time for our snack, I guess. Maybe we should go get it.
Okay, I guess I'll go grab it.
All right, so we have some backstory for this week's snack.
Yes.
When I was a child, my grandparents, these grandparents are like, if you think of ideal grandparents, these grandparents were the ideal grandparents. They were so great. They both passed, sadly, but I miss them so much because they were the sweetest people in the world and they took care of me all the time. Like my parents had to do something, so they were absolutely fantastic.
Are you saying that your other grandparents are not absolutely
They are
fantastic?
really great too. They are.
Because I've met those, and yes. They are really great.
But I'm not about to say something bad about those grandparents, so I have to preface it with they were
wonderful,
amazing. Yes, and they were amazing people, and I love them so much. The only flaw they had was at Christmas. they would get gifts for all the grandchildren. Mm-hmm. They would give us some money, and then they would give us a box of chocolate-covered cherries every year. I hate chocolate-covered cherries.
They're also called cherry cordials.
They're called garbage.
No, they're great. I like them. We used to have them all the time around Christmas because, like, in our family, we all like them.
Yes.
You're probably the only person in your family who doesn't like them.
No.
Okay.
So I think my dad said he didn't really like them that much, if I remember. I think.
Yeah, but he doesn't hate them and say they're garbage.
Well,
maybe he was just being too nice.
So yeah, I would get them every year. I would, depending on the year, if I was kind of desperate for candy, I would
you would
eat
be
one.
Like, I guess I'll eat one of these.
Maybe they're not so bad, and then oh boy, these are bad. So, and it's weird because I like chocolate, I like cherries, but it just does not work. These have like something in them. I think it's like the syrup in there.
It's the cordial part, probably, that you don't like.
It just doesn't work for me.
Okay, question.
So anyway.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you like Cadbury cream eggs?
I do.
The cream in them is very similar to this.
I don't like the cream, honestly.
Of course you don't.
I think they're fine. They're good. I'm not like rushing out every year to get one. But I'll be like, I'll have a Cadbury egg.
I don't rush out to get it, but I usually have at least one a year. Because I'm like, Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I'll
have one and then I'm good for the next year.
The cream is definitely my least favorite part.
Okay.
By far.
Of course it is.
Yes. So, cut to this year. This Christmas, we went to my family's home. And we exchanged gifts there.
Yep.
And my brother knows my history with them.
And it remembers because he listens to this.
He listens to the podcast, so I'm still mad at you, Cameron.
But he was like, here, I bought these he said for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so he gave us these gifts.
And he was like, you have to open them at the same time.
And we did, and we had different reactions.
I immediately started laughing because I was like, I know Mark's going to hate me.
I was very upset. I wasn't really upset, but I was like, oh, come on. So we got us both a box of chocolate-covered cherries.
Yep.
And
so we told him that
we would try them.
We would try them. Not on camera, but we're going to try them on the podcast.
Yes. Maybe they'll be great. Maybe it's been many years since I had one last year because my mom got us some chocolates in our stockings.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I was like, I pulled one out. I was like, is this a chocolate-covered cherry? She's like, no, it's not. She did not think it was.
Yep.
And I bit into it, and it was a chocolate-covered cherry.
It was indeed a chocolate-covered cherry.
She got me.
Yep.
She didn't mean to, I don't think, but she got me. So, it's not looking good for this.
I mean, it's looking good for me because you're not going to eat yours.
Yes, you're going to have plenty of chocolate-covered cherries.
2 boxes.
Yes.
So, thank you, Cameron.
Yes. All right. Let's get this over with.
All right, are you ready?
I guess.
Just the smell of them. It smells so good.
It brings back memories.
It does. Good memories for me.
Okay, let's go.
Just the way I remember them.
That's chocolate-covered cherry.
This one is a little less juicy than usual.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem as juicy. I don't know why. Maybe they changed their recipe.
Maybe.
Because I remember them being very messy.
Yeah, because you would bite into it and it would just start
spill out.
Yeah, just going straight down your lips and your whole chin and everything. Mm-hmm. By the way, these are Queen Anne. These are the ones that we used to always have too. So
I feel like those are the ones. I don't remember.
I'm sure there are some other ones, and I feel like I've gotten probably not Whitman sampler because I don't think they have them in those. Mm-hmm. But maybe for Valentine's Day or something, you'll get the Russell Stover, just a little miniature kind of thing sometimes. And I feel like I've had them in that too. Mm-hmm. But these are the ones that I'm used to.
Okay.
He hates it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not good. They're just not good. They're
great.
They're so sugary.
They are.
But not in a tasty way.
And then it's got a maraschino cherry. You know how much
I love maraschino cherries. But it's not good at all. I don't know. I really do think it's that cordial part. It's just the taste of it's not good. If it was just chocolate and a cherry, I think I'd like it more. It's just so sickly sweet, and I just can't. The flavors, I think that cordial throws off all the flavors, and I'm glad it wasn't messy this time, or else I would have just been more aggravated with that. But it's not good. It is not. It's not good.
Well, I will eat them all gladly.
Yes, you will. I did finish mine, I will say.
He did.
Because I didn't want to, let it go to waste. Mm-hmm. But, which is more, I can say, for that licorice candy bar.
I was going to say, what would you rather have? These or that licorice candy bar?
I would rather have these over licorice any day. But then I would question whoever's feeding me all this stuff, why do you hate me?
Cameron.
Feed me licorice and chocolate cherries. No, we do appreciate him providing us with these. We like suggestions for snacks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want you to send us snacks. We'll discuss that later, but yeah. I'm going to rate this, and the scale's going to be a little different, because usually it's 0, we break up, to 10, we have it in the house all the time.
Yeah.
0 is Cameron's cut off from Christmas. 10 is I'll get Cameron the best present every year. So, all right, so what am I going to rate this?
Oh, no.
Cameron. And you have to abide by this rating, Cameron. I mean, I feel like it's not as bad as I've thought when I was a kid. You'll be happy to know I'm not going to go 0. I still don't ever want them again, so I'm going to go a 1.
Oh, wow.
Cameron can come back to Christmas, but I never want one of these ever again.
Oh, boy.
What would you rate these fine delicacies?
I mean, they're not my favorite thing to eat. I don't eat them very often. I still like them, though. I'm going to give them a 6.5.
Okay, that's not bad, but it's too high, but it's not bad.
And I will eat every single one of these.
Thank goodness.
So thank you, Cameron, for the 20... Well, actually, I'll only get 19 of them because he ate one of them, but I'm going to have both boxes. So.
Yep. It was a good gift to Krista. But no, it was very funny. I liked it. When I opened it up, I was very surprised, and I thought it was very funny. So he did good.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is our first episode of the new year.
Yeah.
I feel like it went well, except ended on a bad note of chocolate covered cherry. We're gonna go check out the snow whenever it comes down. Please talk to us. Please talk to us. Please talk to us.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Please talk to us.
Hit us up on...
Check the weather again.
Okay, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know if you like chocolate covered cherries. Did you see the new Spider-Man movie without seeing the other ones? We want to know what you thought about it. We are on Twitter at Having Fun Cast. Or catch us on Facebook. We're on at Having Fun Pod.
Mm-hmm. We also have our YouTube that we mentioned earlier, which is We're Having Fun Podcast. Mm-hmm. And you can always send us an email at havingfunpod at gmail.com.
Yeah. Go check out our snack videos, and you can listen to the podcast on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Go subscribe and like it and all that, and we'd be very appreciative. Leave reviews for the podcast also. We've gotten a few reviews. It's been very nice. So we appreciate that. Everybody that's taking the time to do that. And yeah, so we're going to go enjoy the new year. We're going to have fun, and we hope you do as well. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.